Listen to me, guys. Selling Ronald Araujo should not be something Barcelona fans are considering, bro, at all. I truly believe Ronald Araujo on his day is one of the best centre backs in the world, top 5 at least. Now, let me take you down memory lane. Remember when it was 20, I don't remember what season this was. I think it was 22-23 or 21-22 season. Ronald Araujo was loved within the Barcelona community, but every fan loved Ronald Araujo. We loved when he was pocketing Vinicius for 2 games in a row. Vinicius, who was one of the best players in the world, and Vinicius that was considered to be on par or even better than Kylian Mbappe on form. That was the Vinicius Jr. Ronald Araujo was pocketing every single time Barca faced Real Madrid. We thought we had the next coming of like Maldini or some shit. Ronald Araujo was immense. Yes, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, a lot of Barca fans have been very toxic towards Ronald Araujo. Every bad performance, every misplaced touch, they're treating him like he's like, but I don't understand it, bro. A player who makes mistakes. Every player that was that Barcelona kid should be having unconditional support, regardless of either they're having like a bad stretch of games, 10 games. We should stick with them, bro. If we don't stick with them, who's gonna stick with them? Rival fans will love it, bro, when seeing a team slaughter their own players, bro. And these players are on the internet. Remember that they are human beings as well. Of course, there are special cases like Marc-Andre ter Stegen. I don't think ter Stegen should have any sympathy or mercy. We shouldn't have any mercy on him. But it takes a lot to be a Barcelona player, bro. Once you wear that Barcelona kit, you're under contract for Barcelona, you should understand that there are things that you have to sacrifice to continue playing for Barcelona. Whether that be sacrificing your preseason. If you're not good enough, you have to sacrifice your preseason to better your flaws. Because Barcelona is a team that takes no nonsense, bro. If a player like Gerard Martin, for example, I hate that he has to catch smokes because I do think there's a player in him. And this is out of context as well. Gerard Martin, as we can see, he's not the most comfortable on the ball. Yes, he has excellent passing range. He's very good at passing the ball. I think he has a future in different teams. But that's not why we needed our left back. Gerard Martin should have spent his off-season. He shouldn't go partying or go to Greece for a holiday or to America for a holiday. He shouldn't. He should sacrifice his preseason in order to work. Yeah, as I was saying, he shouldn't go on holiday. He should sacrifice his holiday to be able to work on his flaws. Be more comfortable with the ball. He's a millionaire, for crying out loud, bro. Everything should be possible when you're a millionaire. These footballers are just lazy at times, bro. I know you guys don't know me, but for me, I'ma tell you about my story for a minute. I'm a left-footed player, right? I used to be like a 1-star weak foot. I wasn't good at using my right foot at all. But with no resources, no financial stability, no bread, bro. I just had my soccer ball and a wall. I managed in 2 years, just straight up hard work. No financial, no special equipment, no financial help or whatnot, bro. I just grinded, bro, off of YouTube videos, searching weak foot, training weak foot videos, or whatever, bro. I managed to up myself. Like, I'll show you a clip some other time. I'll post it on my shorts. I became a 4-star weak foot, bro. You genuinely cannot tell whether I'm right or left footed at this point. I've become so good in 2 years. With no financial help, with no coaches, just straight up YouTube videos. And I've also never played for any academy, bro. So, Gerard Martin, he's not a 1-star weak foot. He's a 3-star weak foot. He can easily, bro, improve the things that he cannot do to a point where he's good enough to play for FC Barcelona, but he didn't do that. Thus, I think he doesn't have the mentality needed to play for FC Barcelona. A good example is like Rafinha. Rafinha for the first 2 seasons was bang average, bro. He wasn't bad. I never thought we should sell him. I was never one of those fans who thought we should sell Rafinha, but he managed to up his level. Look at him now, 59 GA season, one of the best players in the world. That's what's required of a Barcelona player, but personality, a hard worker. But even if you don't have the talent, you should be willing to work hard and give your heart and soul for the team. That's what it means being a true Blaugrana, bro. Now, Ronald Araujo, 2 seasons ago, he's a special case. He's just not a Hansi Flick type of player, and we've seen it. And I think to come to that conclusion, this quick is really it's nonsensical, bro. I don't think we should come to that conclusion. I was of that belief last season, but after I've taken like some time to think and like look at the center backs available. I've seen that Ronald Araújo is like a top 5 center back in world football. No shit, no jokes. I'm not one of those fans who put Kubasi in like conversations he does not belong in. Kubasi is not a top 5 center back. Top 10 he definitely is. His defensive IQ is off the charts, but he's not a top 10. He's not better than Bastoni, Saliba, Van Dijk, Gabriel, Bremer. There's a lot of center backs who I'd put before Kubasi, but he's definitely a top 10. Araújo defensively, he's a top 3 center back in world football, and there's no what ifs and buts, bro. He's so fast, so strong aerially as well. He's a baller, bro. The only thing that he lacks is ball playing. Now he's not really comfortable on the ball. Not that his ball playing lacks. He be pulling some pass sometimes that you be thinking like, how did he do that? That's very impressive coming from a player like Araújo. Araújo doesn't lack like passing range or whatnot. He just lacks the ability to be comfortable under pressure. And this flex system, those center backs are extra midfielders. You get me? The extra midfielders. So Araújo doesn't possess that ability. If you just press Araújo, he's going to give you the ball. That's the issue with Araújo. And I think that's a thing he can work on. And if he works on, he's easily like top 2 center back in the world. The defensive IQ thing is another thing that I see being brought up so much. Now, in my opinion, his defensive IQ doesn't even need to be high, bro. Look at Gabriel. Gabriel is not high. He doesn't have a high defensive IQ. The only center back in world football, there are 2 actually, who I can say these guys have high defensive IQ. That's Virgil van Dijk and that's Bastoni. The other one would be like Kubasi or some shit, but Kubasi lacks physicality, bro. That's the only thing Kubasi lacks. If he had physicality, he would be a top 5 center back. He would be immense for us. For example, a lot of you guys like Raúl Asensio, you would view Raúl Asensio as a player who's taller than Kubasi. But when you actually look it up, that's the same height. But it feels like Raúl is stronger, he's faster, but everything else Kubasi would clear him, right? But I just have the feeling that Raúl Asensio is stronger than Kubasi for some reason. That's what Kubasi lacks, bro. He needs to have a physical presence, bro. If he has that physicality, I think we have a generational gem. He's still a generational gem, regardless. But I think Araújo, in general, bro, if he can learn to be comfortable with the ball, that's not a player you want to face. That's not a player who Barcelona wants to face. Because if we sell him, I promise you we will have to eventually face him. Because he'll be so immense for the team that we sell him to. That's why I think Ronald Araújo should stay for Barcelona, and I think he deserves to play for Barcelona. Not only was he better at our worst times, he was the best player on our team at those times, bro. And you think when we're killing it, it's not that he's bad right now, it's just that he doesn't get into the starting lineup, bro. And he needs to be patient. He needs to learn Hansi Flick's system. There's still time. And the season is long, but I don't know what it is about Barca fans being allergic to depth. It's not really Barca fans, but it's like everyone, bro. It's like they're against depth. And the season is long. It's a World Cup year. There's plenty of games to be played, bro. In this era of football, bro, there's really players who complain about game time because there's too many games. That's why I think Araújo should stay. He's going to be a starter in no time. Just give him by the end of the season, every Barca fan will be looking at Araújo differently, bro. He's going to be one of the players like alongside Pedri, Lamine Yamal, Balde, Koundé, those players that Barca fans will never consider selling for any amount. You can offer us $1 billion, we'll never sell. He's going to be in those type of players' lists. You see, mark my words. You heard it here first, bro. Ronald Araújo is a monster, and he'll be even better than he was in 2022, 2023 for us. He's going to be better than that version of himself this season. Mark my words.